Alright. We're back, so let's see what kind of clues we can find around here. Oh. Wait. We don't want to do that. Hey, there's a bunch of footprints in the mud over here. I remember hearing rainfall out here while I was being held in there. Yep, it was just a passing rain. That's why the ground is already pretty much dried up. I should be thankful. It left us with some nice footprint samples. You know what, I'll bet if we followed them, we can find out where the kidnappers went. Plus, we'd be able to spot them because of their muddy shoes. I don't think it'll be that easy. Why not? Look carefully. There are quite a few different sets here. And we don't know which ones belong to the kidnappers. Oh, that's true. We don't know what kind of shoes they were wearing. Let me through here. Sorry, I can't let anyone through. Agent Lang's orders. Ugh. Suppose I'll have to deal with this and pass for now. Look, there's a blurb about the cactus here. This cactus is a very gracious gift to Gatewaterland from the local police precinct. I can't believe the police went so far as to even donate a cactus to this place. So is the police department running a cactus farm on the side? Just kidding. They wouldn't do something so silly. Actually, I have the vague impression I've seen a cactus farm at the precinct before. There's... Hey, it's the Blue Badger! Badger, get! I really don't understand why she's so excited over this badger hunt. Speaking of badgers, there's a person inside of there. Mr. Badger, I wonder if you might share with me what you saw. Giving you the third degree. He's doing that contorted, wriggling dance again. Yeah, it is kind of creepy. Aha! Huh? Oh, it's him! You've uncovered my undercover identity, sir! I was to remain under that head, sir! It's Meekins. Aren't you Officer Meekins? Yeah. Sir! Mike Meekins reporting for duty, sir! This man was a witness in one of the cases I headed 2 years ago. About the only thing I remember about this officer is that he often spoke and acted before he thought, which gave me a great deal of headaches. Is he a friend of yours, Mr. Edgeworth? I've met him in the courtroom once before. Why was he so upset when we unmasked him? Does he have something to hide? Officer Meekins, why are you standing here wasting time? Sir, because I'm not a police officer right now, sir. I'm the Blue Badger. And I'm creating memories and dreams for the kids. That is never a waste of time, sir. I have a dream to become as big as Detective Gumshoe, sir. Aiming pretty low to the ground. I was patrolling the scorchingly boring beat until a little while ago. when the dispatch radio on my shoulder crackled that the kidnappers had escaped, sir. I thought maybe this was my shot at making detective, sir. I rushed on over to join in, but when I got here, there was a sea of people already. And I couldn't spread my trademark friendliness and joy on anyone. It would seem that some people never change. So why exactly are you in that ridiculous outfit? Sir! That's because, sir, I'm here to keep the visitors in good spirits, sir. But it's also to hide the fact that I'm an officer on the trail of the kidnapper, sir. I see. Agent Lang is very wise to employ this sort of diversionary tactics. To be handed the role of the Blue Badger out of all the different disguises, sir. It's such an honor. How long have you been standing here, officer? Sir, for about 1 little hour, sir. That's around the time I woke up from being knocked unconscious. And I've been here ever since, sir. If that's true, then it's possible Officer Meekins saw the kidnappers escaping. However, sir, I must tell you, I didn't see a thing, sir. I haven't asked you anything yet, officer. No, but I know you will, sir. He's hiding something from me. Officer Meekins, I insist that you tell me more about your recent movements. Sir, I've been playing the Blue Badger this whole time, sir, and getting into it, too. I patrolled the park, all while wearing this costume. And about 1 hour ago, I came over here, sir. I haven't seen any suspicious-looking people the whole time, sir. But I did see a badger, sir. A lone blue badger. What you said just now is contradictory to the facts. How so, Mr. Edgeworth? It says there's only one of each badger. So he couldn't have seen another blue badger.
Take that!
Officer Meekins, let's back things up. I'd like to ask you about your last statement. Sir, of course, sir. If that's your wish, Mr. Prosecutor. This little patrolman will wait as long as I'm commanded to wait. You said that you saw a blue badger, correct? And yet, if you take a look at this, what you saw was not supposed to happen. This park is supposed to have only one of each badger in it at any given time. But we did see the suits, and we deduced from that 7 of them were in use. And of course, what we saw at the beginning of this case, right before Edgeworth got knocked out, at least one of the kidnappers is wearing one of the suits. Which means that as long as you're the Blue Badger, Officer Meekins, you should not have seen another Blue Badger wandering the premises. What? Sir! Then what? Then that would mean there are 2 Blue Badgers walking around. But why? Again, likely one of the kidnappers. Right. A second Blue Badger that shouldn't exist. clearly the true identity of the person underneath is... Oh, I know, it's one of the kidnappers, right? The person wore a costume to get away. Bingo. Precisely. After all, the costumes that went missing from the storage area are... a blue badger, a proto badger, and a bad badger. Yes, those three. So there are 3 phony badgers running around the park somewhere, huh? So does this mean there are 3 kidnappers? It's a set of tire tracks originating from the garage. Aha, so that means the car left from the garage at some time, right? Correct, but for the car to leave these tracks, it would mean that it left during the passing rain. That's the only explanation as to why these tracks are made of mud. 3 treads. I think we can also safely assume it's a special type of car. Hey, there's a bunch of footprints in the mud over here. It's the same conversation. Horses are painted on this garage door to complete the Wild West theme. They look so lifelike, don't you think? Are you thinking of wrangling, or rather stealing them? If you can coax them out of there, sure. Come on, I know you can sweet-talk them out. I could be holding a cube of sugar in my hand and they wouldn't budge, Kay. Excuse me, but if you could just let me through here. Got you now, you vile criminals! I think the kidnappers would have better sense than to try hiding in these. Oh, come on, lighten up, will ya? I was only joking. I don't really think the criminals would be hiding in there right in front of 2 officers. I certainly hope not. Okay. All right. Now that we know that the kidnappers were wearing badger costumes, these footprints from earlier take on a new and very significant meaning. Oh, you mean how... Now we know which tracks belong to the kidnappers, right? Yes, more than shoe prints, we need to follow the paw prints of badgers. A Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to use those footprints and go badger hunting. So we're looking for footprints made by a costume. Hey, I think I found them. There are 2 sets here. They both do look like possible candidates. This set is walking off to the west. It just stops. I can't make heads or tails of where it's headed from here. I think we can assume it's headed toward the stadium. I wonder where the other set leads. This one seems to be headed east. Huh? Oh. Quick, Mr. Edgeworth, I got him! I got one of the culprits! Is she punching him? No, I'm not a kidnapper, sir! Down, Kate. Clearly these footprints belong to Officer Meekins. But our criminals are each wearing a costume. Maybe they came over to this garage for something. That's what I would suppose. Officer Meekins, if you could step aside for a moment. We need to examine the garage. Sir, Roger Wilco, sir. Let's open the shutter and see what we find. Maybe we'll find the kidnappers hiding inside. Doubtful. Ah! Huh? Oh. Well, shit. A body has been discovered. What in the... We seem to have stumbled across a dead body. She must be in severe shock to have been the first to find it. Now then, who is this man? It's Oliver! That's him? Mr. Romano, are you saying this man is... Yes, he's my butler. Was your butler. How could something like this have happened? Indeed, and why was Mr. Deacon here to begin with? I'd better investigate this crime scene quickly, before Agent Lang or his men return. The kidnapper's footprints lead right to this garage. And right to a dead body. Is it possible one of the kidnappers is now a murder victim? From my cursory examination, I believe this man died of a fatal bullet wound. You sure are calm for someone who just found a body. Surprising what one can become accustomed to in the span of 2 days. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. As long as that Interpol agent has control of this case, I'm not going to be able to have a real autopsy done on the victim. I'm no doctor, but let's see what I can piece together myself. Damn it, Jim, I'm a prosecutor, not a doctor. There are 2 gunshot wounds. One in his abdomen and one in his shoulder. So that means he was shot twice. No, I don't think so. I think the abdominal one is an entry wound, and the one near his shoulder is the exit wound. Ugh. Nice, I knew you could figure it out. Comes with experience, and I've seen my share of crime scenes. Speaking of experience, this crime scene seems a bit too clean for a murder where the bullet went clean through. Yeah, there's no puddle of blood around him. So does this mean he was killed somewhere else and the body was moved here? I should make a note of this oddity. About that pendant. This is an unusually shaped pendant. What is it? Is it something valuable? She seems to have regained some of her composure. Looks like a horse pendant. It's got an antique feel about it, and it's really pretty. Hold on. This is made of platinum silver. Nice! It is worth something after all. Don't get any ideas, Kay. Oh, and look, there's something written on the back. Colin Deveray. It's a name. Colin Deveray. But this man's name is... What does this mean? There's something not right about the name on the pendant. The victim is the Amano family butler, and his name is Oliver Deacon. The name on the pendant is Colin Deveray. I wonder what's up with that. I don't know, but I think we've hit upon an important piece of information. Lance! Lance! Where are you, sweetie? Who is this? Excuse me, but you are... Oh. Nice ring pop. Ba-dum. Oh, this is bad. He's really good looking. Edgeworth gets that reaction a lot. Stop it, Lauren. Can't you let yourself fall for a playboy like him? You're in love with... Sounds like someone doesn't know the meaning of the phrase inner monologue, huh? Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but might you be a friend of Lance? Sounds that way. Yes, I'm Lance's girlfriend. My name is Lauren Pobbs. It is a ring pop. His girlfriend. Oh, it's not like that. We're more like friends, and, we're not lovers or anything. We haven't gotten that far yet. But I guess that's how people are gonna see it, so I should just accept it. I even got this ring as a present from Lance. You know what she reminds me of? A cartoon character. Yeah. May I inquire as to why you're here? I haven't been able to get in contact with Lance lately, and I began to get really worried. I looked everywhere for him, and then I heard about the kidnapping, so I came here. Wow, you're really strong for having made through all this by yourself. Is it true? Has Lance really been kidnapped? No one is supposed to know, but yes, it's true. Oh, Lance! I can't believe you've been spirited away. I wonder how you're doing right now. Looks like she's gone back to the fair maiden in love routine. So, Mr. Edgeworth, where do we go from here? Well, we found a body, so we should look into the murder. He's back. My men brought me up to speed over the radio. And I have to say, you really should have called. I heard you found something very intriguing. I have nothing to hide, Agent Lang. It's exactly what you see before you. I'll take it from here. Yeah, that guy's really dead. Hey, you waiting for an invitation? Hurry up and detain the suspect, now! Suspect? Who? Meekins? Officer Meekins, is it? You're coming with us. What? Sir! I had nothing to do with it, sir! Wait. What? Agent Lang, don't you think you're being a bit rash? Yeah, seriously, what? Do you even have a good reason to suspect Officer Meekins? Ha! I leave that kind of stuff to you prosecutors. It's your job, after all. Like I said earlier, the crime scene isn't as forgiving as your precious courtroom. That's your answer? I know you like your logic and reasoning, but that sort of impractical fluff is not needed out here in the field. All you have to do is arrest suspicious person after suspicious person. That's how you eliminate crime from the streets. Uh-huh. But that's also precisely how you unnecessarily arrest innocent people by mistake. Innocent people? Nonsense. There's no such thing as an innocent person. We've all got a blemish or two in our hearts. That's tyranny. I won't allow such a thing to go unchecked before my eyes. Too bad you don't call the shots around here. Oh, God. As I have sworn to uphold the laws of this land, I cannot allow you to take this man in. Edgy's having none of it. That you would arrest a man on false charges without even conducting an investigation. Have you no honor as a member of law enforcement? You, how dare you speak so disrespectfully to our Shifu? Hold it. You amuse me, Mr. Prosecutor. Lang Zi says every pack has its own rules. If you can play by their rules and come out on top, that is a true victory. Alright, I'll give your beloved laws a fair shake. I'll show you just how much investigating I've done. Through my line of logic. Okay, we're going up against him now. I've seen a lot of bodies like the one being carted off in my time. I can say he was shot in a single glance, but even you figured that much out, right? With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. Not unless you're a member of law enforcement, like Officer Meekins, isn't that right? Oh, what is... Okay, I'm noticing that creepy-ass wanted poster in the background. Solid as a rock. It's based on the philosophy of detainment. What's this philosophy of detainment? Ha! You don't know? In that case, pay attention, girlie. In my country, the criminals have a saying, beware of the wolf. Why the wolf? Because in my language, lang means wolf, and you don't mess with me or my pack. And as for the detainment philosophy, its father is my honorable ancestor, Lang Zi. You'd think I'd have heard of him and his teachings if he's that famous. What the? Lang Zi developed it as he worked to lock criminals away thousands of years ago. To this day, the Zhang Fa police still trains its recruits using his philosophies. Thousands of years ago? That makes your story about as believable as a fairy tale. Anything wears down and breaks over time. If you really believe something as ancient as that can be applied to today's world, you want to put it to the test?
Hold it!
It would appear you've studied a little of our laws. Studied? Who needs to study what every child on any street corner already knows? It's that... Sheena! The Federal Firearms Restriction Act. That's it, the Federal Firearms Restriction Act. I hear it's not easy to get a gun these days. Interesting. That woman's the one in charge of keeping track of the information.
Hold it!
If that's the case, there are plenty of other officers who might be potential suspects. You're not seriously going to arrest each and every one of them, are you? As if I would need to. I've already looked into everyone else here. Oh. Other than Officer Meekins, I know no one else's weapon has been fired. How did you check every single person's weapon in such a short span of time? That's because each and every one of my subordinates is extremely capable. It didn't take more than a few minutes to conduct the entire investigation. The power of sheer numbers. That seems to be what he believes in. But you have yet to check Officer Meekins' weapon, correct? Thanks for reminding me. Hey you, show me your gun. Oh! What's wrong? Why does he look so sickly pale all of a sudden? Oh, did he fire it? Gun! What do you say? I can't hear you. Stop mumbling and spit it out already. Sir! I lost my gun, sir! Oh no, Meekins. Meekins. You are not making this easy on yourself. How could you be so irresponsible? In the end, it looks like you're still the only suspect we've got. You're the one who waited here outside this garage to ambush and kill the victim. So you think that Officer Meekins waited here to kill the victim, do you, Lang? I think this little accusation deserves a lot more scrutiny. Officer Meekins ambushed the victim in this garage and killed him here with his gun.
Hold it!
You mean to tell me that the murder occurred here, in this garage? From from the fact that the suspect was found almost next to the body where the body was found, I'd say that it's pretty obvious that this is the crime scene. Oh. Okay, no. No, I object. Lang Zi says a criminal always returns to the scene of the crime. Hey, a quote even I've heard of before. Furthermore, Lang Zi says... Oh god. Successful investigations are the result of multiple returns to a crime scene. Looks like neither detectives nor criminals have changed their ways over the millenniums. So this is the kind of conclusion the philosophy of detainment can lead you to. I don't get it, Mr. Edgeworth. Why are you putting yourself on the line for Mr. Meekins? It's not that I particularly care about what happens to Officer Meekins. What? However, I cannot simply stand by while Agent Lang ignores our country's laws. Shilong Lang. Just what sort of investigator are you? Okay, yeah. Again, the lack of blood present at the crime scene tells me he wasn't killed here.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Agent Lang, that's simply not possible. What do you mean? You've seen the crime scene for yourself. And while you were looking, did you not think to yourself that it was a little too clean? Ugh! So you did notice that there was too little blood. Do you still wish to claim that Officer Meekins committed the murder here? Because this isn't the crime scene, and if it was, your men who led you to think it was. Then I suggest you leave this case to the local police to set the record straight. Ugh. Not bad. I see your logic can be just as sound as mine. In that case, let me ask you this. Don't you think it's weird that Officer Meekins was hanging out around here in the first place? Weird? How so? Hey you, your squad's not even supposed to be in this area, right? What were you doing neglecting your duties and loafing around here? Don't you dare give me some lame excuse like I found myself taking a walk. But sir, I really did take a walk, sir. You're a disgrace. How dare you take your pack obligations so lightly? Officer Meekins is looking extra meek. Right. Total Chad. Is he hiding something? Mr. Edgeworth, please, sir! Save me the way you did earlier, please, sir! Officer Meekins, please give us a detailed account of what happened. Sir, not you too! It's true, sir. I wasn't assigned to this area, sir. I was told to check every square inch of the main gate area, sir. I also went looking for the kidnappers while selling dreams in the Blue Badger mobile, sir. But I got completely caught up in my role, selling dreams to the children, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir. What is this Blue Badger mobile? It's a moving store on wheels that sells sweet dreams and merchandise, sir. So the Blue Badger mobile is just a roaming souvenir shop? Yeah, and we found it parked in the garage, too. Does that... Sir, I swear I was chasing the kidnappers down while I was being a good dream merchant. He seems rather worked up, even more than his usual hyperactive self. Yeah, it's... Mobile shop on 3 wheels was parked inside the Wild West area garage. Oh, the tracks we saw. It's... I think it's out of... It's different from how it was... The tracks led out of a different spot than where we found it parked, didn't they? He sure seems sure of what he's saying. Can you try to calm down and lower your voice to a more reasonable level, officer? Sir! Roger, sir! What exactly do you mean by selling dreams? Sir, the Blue Badger Mobile is where dreams are collected. What? Sweetness like you've never known except in dreams, ma'am. Like innocence drops. And bitterness found only in nightmares, ma'am. Like guilty jawbreakers. Selling those as I push the Blue Badger Mobile along is my sworn duty, ma'am. Completely forgot to look for the kidnappers. No, sir, of course not, sir. I would never do something like that, sir. You're absolutely right. Wow, you're good at this forcing people to confess thing, Mr. Edgeworth. To be frank, I'm just a little man, sir. I'm better at selling kids a few small dreams than looking for a big crook, sir.
Hold it!
Enough wallowing in your own self-pity. Let's return to your testimony. Yes, sir. Before I knew it, I found myself in this area. That sounds a little vague. How did you wind up all the way over here? I was in the middle of a sea of kids, sir. But one of the kids decided to challenge me to a fight, sir. I had to run away from the child's painful drop kicks, and before I... Oh my god. You really are a disgrace to the Force. The good old drop kick. I dished out my fair share of those when I was a kid. It was always the best when you felt one really connect with your opponent. In any case, you wound up here for a reason completely unrelated to the investigation. Sir! That's right, sir! That's not something you should be admitting to with your head held high, officer. Sounds like he simply forgot about his real job and became the Blue Badger. However, there is one flaw in Officer Meekin's story. But I have the feeling that he'll need some prodding before he'll spill the beans. I mean, when did he return the Badger Mobile here, though, is the question.
Objection!
Officer Meekins, I would appreciate it if you didn't tell such transparent lies. Sir, I'm lying, sir? Yes, you are. If you were really out there selling dreams with the Blue Badger Mobile until recently, then what is it doing here inside the garage? Ah! Actually, I had just lost track, sir. Lost track of what? By the time I realized that the Blue Badger-mobile was nowhere to be found, sir. Which would mean it was perhaps stolen. You let someone steal it right out from under your nose. And that's when I came back to this area, thinking maybe it was in the garage, sir. But that's when you found me at Mr. Edgeworth, sir. A likely story. Who do you think is going to buy such a convenient tale as that? And what exactly is so convenient about his story? The car getting stolen. It's completely unbelievable, even for a cover story. But I think we can assume the car was used all right. To move the dead body. What? You killed the victim at some distant location, Officer Meekins. And then you used the Blue Badger-mobile to transport it all the way here. Now then, you're coming with me. But it wasn't me, sir. Sir, the killer, sir. It wasn't me, sir. Agent Lang, wait. What do you want now? We still don't know where the real scene of the crime is. You can't say we know all the facts of this case, let alone the truth. I told you, truth, schmooth. I could care less. Our job is to catch the crook. You'll find out your precious truth after we arrest this guy and take him in. That's the job of you prosecutors in your fancy courts with your logic. As for us, we don't have that kind of time to waste. You boorish buffoon. I think you need to leave. What? We need to get the body to autopsy, and you guys are getting in the way. You would interfere with another one of my investigations? Hey now, let's not forget who holds the actual authority to conduct investigations here. Ugh. I'm afraid the one doing the interrupting is you, my ignorant little pretty boy. Now be a good fancy boy, get out of my sight. If you don't, I'll arrest you for obstruction of justice. Oh boy. Well now. Well then. Once again, as much as I would like to continue, I do have to be up tomorrow morning. So I think I'm going to have to call it a night here. Hopefully I will be back tomorrow as we continue with this case. So, with that, everybody have a good night, and I will see you later.